Now that the Syrian war has started full force again, there will be no protest or outcries for the children. Hundreds of thousands of children and other civilians have already been killed in the vicious Syrian war, with millions of civilians caught between the brutal barrel-bombing Assad regime backed by Russia, Iran, Hezbollah, against fanatical, violent jihadis backed by Turkey and others. Arab militias are slaughtering children and civilians in Darfur and elsewhere in the Sudan. Rape and murder are commonly inflicted upon civilians. The war continues in Yemen between the Houthis backed by Iran and the Saudi-backed Sunnis. Already hundreds of thousands of children and civilians have been killed. A large part of Somalia is controlled by al-Shabaab fanatics, violent fanatics that do not hesitate to murder civilians. There are no rights for women, girls, and religious minorities in Afghanistan and in many other countries. Boko Haram continues to murder Christians and others in northern Nigeria. Religious ethnic minorities, including Hindus in Pakistan and Bangladesh, Middle East Christians, Baha'is in Iran, Jews, Yazidis, and others are at great risk in many countries. Food shortages, disease, and famine are present in many war-torn countries and in many poverty-stricken nations. Countless millions are homeless refugees. No one cares. We have to face that fact. You can do anything you want in this world: murder, rape, destroy the environment, poison the environment, kill off the oceans upon which all life depends, contaminate the oceans with plastics and more, destroy forests, wipe out biodiversity and wildlife, destroy mangroves, seagrass beds, pollute the planet, and there will be no protest. It does not matter if it is genocide in Darfur, which is unfolding once again right now. It does not matter that billions of dollars are being squandered on nuclear weapons, increasing the risk of the end for all of mankind. It does not matter that real slavery still exists. It does not matter that child marriage destroys the lives of countless children. There is an effort in Iraq to lower the age of marriage to 9. Child marriage is already common in a number of countries. It does not matter the massive violence and persecution of religious and ethnic minorities in a number of countries throughout the world that are governed by religious, violent fanatics and mobs. It does not matter how much corruption, greed, poverty, and violence are destroying the lives of millions. No one cares. The only thing that they care about, and that gets countless students and others onto the streets, is ensuring that Israel is turned into a Jew-free nation like the rest of the Middle East and North Africa. Jews lived throughout the Middle East and North Africa for thousands of years in many places and for many centuries in other places. These Jews and their descendants form the majority population of Israel, where they are told they must leave and go back to Europe, a land from which they never came. Those that they do not slaughter first. Europe, the graveyard of millions of European Jews, where mobs chant to this day for the death of Jews. Countless millions want one world rule, one world under the rule of one religion, and do not hide their violent intention to implement this goal. And if, including by violence, terror, war, and intolerance, they achieve their goal, it will be a world in which no sane person will want to live. An environmentally depleted world full of poverty, misery, and submission to the tyranny of men pretending to speak for God.